Hi everyone, we are absolutely inundated with requests and questions about our Sandstone 500 hour programme that we're just releasing, and we're going to be giving you more information over the coming weeks and months. So Ross and I are going to just shoot this little video where I can answer some of the main questions. We'll be releasing the answers through social media over the next few days. So when you're ready.
Hi Michelle, what is the Sandstone 500?
Okay, so many people are already very familiar with our Yoga Teacher Training Academy. It's very established. It's produced the most graduates in the West Midlands. We've taken it abroad. We've got various formats coming up next year. But the 500 hours is an additional 300 hours of study that then adds on to the 200 to make the 500. The most important thing is you don't have had to have done the 200 hours with us first, and the 500 hours can be made up of a 50-hour yin, a 50-hour yoga nidra, 8 hours with me doing pregnancy, 25 hours with me doing business planning. We can bring in so many experts, and we've got so many brilliant courses coming up for you across all the studios.
Great. Who's eligible?
So you are eligible if you've obviously become a graduate of the Sandstone Teacher Training Academy, and there's well over 120 of you now, and there's another 20 people in it at the moment, which is great. Or if you have a 200-hour qualification already from any other accrediting body from anywhere in the world. The one 200-hour course we're not going to accept is online. So if you've qualified and done your online training, we don't recognise that here. That we wouldn't criticise it, but that's not a good platform for us to build upon. We feel we believe in the lineage and sitting at the feet of your teacher and learning from them and being present in the room. That's how yoga teaching works. But every other 200-hour course, you're very welcome.
And where can people go to do this?
So we have most of the CPDs that we're going to release, and I think we've got 9 coming up for 2020. They're going to be happening at the Bearwood studio, which is Liz's, which is a lovely place with 2 studios, and Louise's studio in Sutton Coldfield as well. And then obviously we've got Aldridge that's got 2 huge studios, and 2020 is going to be the year that they put some CPDs on. We have another location opening, which we haven't released yet, which is about an hour from Birmingham, which we're really excited about. You'll be able to do them on retreats with us. We might hire some spaces overseas to do yin 50 hours abroad. And we've got other studios in the pipeline.
So these start in 2020?
Well, actually, we've got some CPDs already going. So if you've done my Yoga for Menopause workshops, even though they're just workshops, they're only 2.5 hours, but they can count as CPDs because I do allow you to I do give some information about menopause, which is useful for teachers to use. And then I have a teacher training one day in November in the Sutton studio, teaching yoga for pregnancy. 1 day CPD with me, and then the rest I believe are going to go into 2020 and beyond.
If I've already done some CPDs with Sandstone, do they count?
They do indeed, and we've had about 150 people take CPDs with us already. Many of you I've counted, and ironically you've got 108, so the yoga teachers out there will have a bit of a smile about that. But many of you have got 108 hours, so because you've done the 50 hours yin, you've done the 50 hours yoga nidra, and then you've done the 8 hours hands-on assist, or you've done the 8 hours with Dr. Yogi. So anything you've done previously with us will count. So many of you are nearly halfway there already. So we hope you stay with us.
I've already qualified with a 200-hour certificate. Am I eligible to get the Sandstone 500?
Yes, you are. And this is one of the big questions we're having asked all over the place. I've got 200, do I count? If you've got 250, we will still want you. We start from 200, so we want you to get 300 hours with us to get the 500. But if we don't recognise we only recognise our CPDs as part of the Sandstone 500. Okay, but if you have done a physical qualification with the teachers in the room for the 200 hours anywhere in the world, as long as it's accredited by a body that we know and recognise, then you would be more than welcome to join us.
And what's the best way to book?
Well, you can book through the website. So if you have a look at our teacher training section, you will see that you've got information about the Sandstone 200 there. You've got information about the Sandstone 500, and there's a little brochure there which tells you about how to get more involved in that and take that opportunity up, which is really exciting. And then you've got the list on the furthest box that says CPDs. So for each one, you should be getting a brochure, being able to find out more, being able to book now and take advantage of the early bird prices. The big thing about this is that I can bring so many teachers from around the UK and all around the world who are real experts, who are just going to be here for like 2 days here and 3 days there. So let me know what you'd like, because I'm in a brilliant position now where we're being approached by many people. Can you host my CPD? I'll host it if you want it.
Great. And what would you like to say to everybody out there who's watching these videos, just as a final message?
Well, I wasn't expecting you to ask that, but I've got something straight away just dropped into my heart. And, you know, being a yoga teacher is one of the biggest privileges ever. And really good teachers never stop learning. So even though they're the teacher, they're going into the classroom, they're learning all the time about their students, they're learning about how to market their business, they're learning about how to project their voice better, how to use the room, how to use the props better, whatever, you know. And teaching yoga shouldn't just be, I've got my 200 hours. And I know that many people who come into yoga do it because they love it and it's so creative. And with this, you can be accredited for your learning. You can bring it back to your students, and we can bring you just a really wide, diverse variety that's hopefully going to tick the boxes for each and every one of you. Because that's, for us, that's what it's about, being true to the lineage, but honouring you as teachers, because, you know, you're the ones that are really spreading the light.
Thanks, Michelle.